So I'll just brief who are all with us. We have Purushothama on my right. Purushothama has worked in the ABC sector for almost more than 2 decades. And we have Rajesh, CEO of Jindal Lifestyle, more than 30 years of the experience. Then we have Mr. Rakesh Sharma from TK Elevators, again into the ABC sector. So I'll just set the tone and theme of this session, which is developing applications in the ABC sectors, which is architectural, building and construction, with a special focus on stainless steel. Why stainless steel? Because this is the material which is 100% recyclable. So when you are using it, you are not digging up the mother earth and taking out the other material. You can use the scrap, recycle it, and then reutilize it. That is the beneficial. The second concept that we listen nowadays is sustainability, and everyone is doing its bit. So we are going to make the city stainless steel like sustainable. But I have a question. I always think that what we are doing towards the sustainability, or is it something new? Is it something new we are talking about the sustainable or smart cities? We have read in the history books about this Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Indus Valley civilization. Was that not sustainable? They were. We have many villages or many areas across the world. They are sustainable still, using the different materials because they are helping the ecosystems to build up. And how we have planned the today's session, I have a few questions for the panelists. Then we have some applications to be shown. But more important, I request all the audience, please prepare your questions. This is a panelist, they have a lot of expertise. Do come up with your questions, ask them so that everybody gains out of that. So let me start, Rajesh, the first question to you. You are in the lifestyle business, Jindal Lifestyle. So how do you see the present state of market in the ABC sector and its growth 5 years down the line?
Thank you, Deepak. So when we look into this business, particularly from lifestyle business and looking into the area of work where we are doing, and this is typically linked with the builder, construction industry, infrastructure industry where we are linked with. We are seeing close to, you can say, 5 times of growth in the coming year. And when I'm talking this, I'm talking a very big number. You might be surprised that why I'm talking so big number. But the issue which is here is right now, there are so many infrastructure projects which are going on. The per capita income which is growing and the increase in the lifestyle of the people are increasing. So then what is happening is that people are started investing more into the structure. The houses which are being done, now they are coming with the smart solutions, and that is where the growth is happening. Similarly, you have seen that Prime Minister has already announced a Gati Shakti project, which is basically linked with the infra project, which will be connecting cities. We are already having waterways which is getting connected. So there will be lot more movement which will be happening. It will not be remaining conclusive to 1 or 2 states, or it will be remaining to 1 or 2 cities. It will be expanding very fast. And each one of the cities coming with a smart city project, so they are also developing the infrastructure within that city. Even some of the cities are expanding with the new cities, like you have seen the Raipur has created a new city like Naya Raipur. Similarly, Andhra Pradesh is coming with the new capital. So that way each one of them are also developing certain cities. So that's why I see a holistic way. There is a growth of 5 times which is possible. And that is where we are also targeting that, yes, the customer segment, which is for us as builder, architect, interior designers, consultants, contractors who are working with this, will also get a very good business opportunities in future.
Thank you, Rajesh, and very impressive figure, 5 times growth. So there is a potential. Next question to Rakesh. Rakesh, you are in the elevator business, so elevators are being used in the residential and commercial. So you have a hands-on data of all the growth that is happening, and Rajesh has given a very impressive number of 5 times growth. My question to you is how you are embedding your business with the sustainability through your products.
Yeah, good question, Deepak. See, first of all, I would like to highlight one thing, that nowadays elevator is not a luxury. Earlier it used to be luxury, now it's a necessity. Earlier people, okay, if there is a skyscraper more than 5 floors, 6 floors, then only people used to go for elevator. But now even G+1, G+2, even if you see the people are even going for freight elevator, car elevator. So the demand of the elevator is increasing, and which in turn increasing the demand of stainless steel, because stainless steel is being used in elevator widely in various like car doors, then COP where operating panels are there, then your ceiling, everywhere steel is being used. So what is happening now? Even so, what we are doing to increase the demand of elevator by introducing a new low-cost elevator, because you see now Pradhan Mantri is also come out with low-cost budget affordable housing. So same way we are also coming out with the affordable elevator, which would give benefit to both the manufacturer as well as the user. Here what problem generally comes is the decision maker is not the ultimate user, because in our industry you see most of the elevator is finalized by the builders, and the ultimate user is customer. Now in this situation what happens, the competition is very tough in all the multinational company, because builder goes as per the cost wise, they generally finalize the contract. Okay, this is the lowest, as long as suppose builder has decided that they will go for multinational company. So they'll see, okay, or 4 or 5 companies are there, out of that whoever is the lowest, so they go with the lowest one. And tomorrow, since they are not going to use it, so if anything happens, so they will say, okay, I have chosen a multinational company. So if something wrong, obviously they cannot do anything. So now even in multinational company also competition is very tough. So in steel also, if you see we are using steel, but it's not necessary that earlier people used to have always 304, which looks good and everything non-corrosive. But now people are moving towards the lower grade, 441, 430, wherever other than coastal area, if you see there people started using that. So because of that, what is happening earlier, the powder coated door is being replaced by this low cost steel. So that is the reason, since the requirement of the elevator is increasing, and same way the requirement of stainless steel is also increasing, and as Mr. Deepak said, it's environmental friendly, recyclable. So that's the reason that what Mr. Sir also projected that 5 times it's going to be increased. So obviously this would give benefit to the elevator industry as well as the steel industry. That's all.
Thank you, Rakesh. Nicely explained. Puru, I'll come back to you later. So because we are having I'll link the next question to you, Rajesh. You have very nice ideas. I've seen very nice concepts being displayed over there, and Jindal Lifestyle is working a lot on developing these new applications.
Explain you what are the things which you are doing, and I will also tell you that what support perhaps they are looking for or what support we are expecting from them. Both ways I will mention it to you. So we are into, as a part of the lifestyle division, we have a various division, and out of that, the divisions which are related with the architect, builders and interior designers is we have kitchen segment, home space segment, where we do the lifestyle kitchens, stainless steel kitchens of very good quality. Minox is the product which is being marketed as for the kitchen. Then we have stainless steel plumbing solutions. We are also doing a lot of infrastructure work which is we are doing related to that. Other than that, we do industrial fabrication, or we do original equipment manufacturing for stainless steel. These are the other segments which we do, and as well as the stainless steel railway coaches. The important point which is here is that people come out with a concept. They want something very beautiful. They want something very, very good, artistically designed. But the people in India usually are looking forward that stainless steel means it will be costlier. The first thing which comes to the mind it will be costlier. But if you look from, and you have mentioned, very rightly mentioned, sustainable point of view, if you look into the life cycle cost of stainless steel, then it is much cheaper. We have proved it to even some of the government organizations that constructing bridges with the stainless steel versus the other normal steel structure which is there, the life cycle cost will be much cheaper, and they have also started following the same. Same way stainless steel wagons are now being started working onto it as compared to the normal MS wagons which were earlier there. So the first thing which you have to tell that you have to look into the lifestyle cost of the item which is there. Now I will just give you that if you have a particle board kitchen or you have a wooden kitchen versus you have a stainless steel kitchen. So particle boards kitchen get not required to be monitored. If they are not monitoring properly, then it will be 3 to 5 years is the life which is there, and then you have to change that because the board start getting puffed up, or they are not working properly, or so many other things which happens because of termite and so many other things. Despite we claim that it is a termite free, but there is some impact which usually happens. It gets peeled off as well. But in a stainless steel kitchen, this doesn't happen. Similarly, we also are able to give them another flexibility which is there, that if you want to change the color of the stainless steel, that you are bored of one color, you can just send it back to us. We will do a different color altogether. You want to change the design of the thing, we just take the full carcass back and we can change it, and the whole product gets recycled. So again, it is part of the sustainability initiative where you are recycling the product. The person is getting the incentivization of giving the material back, and they are taking the new product back at a very minimal extra cost which is they have to pay. So again, it promotes the thing. Now the third problem which is there is the architect and interior designers have very good idea, but they do not know how to get it executed. And there we come to them that we can provide you the solutions. They want certain type of finishes to be done, PVD finish to be done, or they want a different color to be done, forming has to be done. We'll get lot of inquiry from the international market for creating sculptures. Even in BKC area, we have done lot many stainless steel sculptures as of today, and we are doing for many other places. The whole design comes from the US or UK based or European based interior designer consultants, and then we execute it here. So my question was always there, that why Indian architect and interior designer consultants are not able to propose these type of structures. And when I asked them that why you are not able to do this thing, they said we do not know whether we will be able to execute this or not. So there is an awareness issue which is there. They believe that the quality of execution, the quality of construction may not be in the same line or what they are thinking. So there we come to them that we give them a solution, that you give us a design, we will get it executed, and you will see the thing which is there. And when we showcase the artwork which we have already installed in various locations, then they appreciate, yes, this is what has been done. So I believe more or less, to concluding from my side, it is more because of the awareness issue, and that is where we are working. Second, the architects, interior designers usually believe that this may not be possible very easily. So there we again come back, and yesterday we have also launched the Make Stainless website, which is there to help them to understand and find out from whom they can get it done. And if they need anything very specific which to be done, then obviously Jindal Lifestyle is the solution for them, and they can approach us and we get it executed for them.
Thank you, Rajesh. So you mentioned about the awareness program and supporting from both ends. You supporting the designer and fabricator, and they are supporting you with what they need, throwing an idea. question is to you, Rakesh. In spite of so many discussions, deliberations, conferences talking about net zero, reducing electricity, making building greens, everyone is talking about that. But why it is taking so long for adaptation of these ideas, and what you as a TK elevator company is doing to overcome this and offer a solution to the market?
Yeah, Deepak, I do not agree with your this that elevator industry is not only TK but others are as well. They are also working on the sustainable solution as well as the how to reduce the electricity and how our elevator would be like green building, same way green elevator. So I'll give you some of the examples like earlier we were using still some part I would say still they are using geared elevators, which is now moving towards gearless. So when you move from gear to gearless, in geared oil is being used, so which is not good for the environment. So we are eliminating that. Then if you see the earlier in the cabin, the car where you travel, if you see in that earlier used to be tube lights, bulbs, CFL, that is now being replaced with LED, which is less consuming the electricity as well as the environmental friendly. Same way, if you see the earlier, whenever we used to transport the elevator, it used to be in big wooden box. So obviously wood is not good for the environment, and so now wood is being replaced by carton, corrugated boxes. Even some places they are using the plastics and all, but trying to avoid wood. And one more example I would like to give, I do not know how many of you know, there is a drive which is called a regenerative drive. This is basically an inverter, so when the elevator moves, it basically moves in 4 quadrants. Out of that 1 quadrant it is when it is fully loaded and it comes down, it generates electricity. So now what this regen drive does, it when elevator comes down with full load, it generates electricity and it goes to the main. And from main, it again distributes to the building lights, your even water. Some people use for heating water, even some the parking lights and all that. That electricity can be used. So likewise, a lot of initiatives are being taken so that which would be like green building, then the green elevator, and now some of them are saying also that's a purely a green elevator. Now even if you see the rope is being replaced by the cable. So which is I would say this is a polyurethane cable. So they are eliminating whatever is because the chain again uses the grease and oil, and that is being replaced by the flat. This is called as basically, it is inside there is a thin wire, and out of that is the plastic. So that's how elevator industry are also doing a lot of things so that all whatever items we are using, whatever material we are using, which would be more and more environmental friendly. That's all.
Thank you, Rakesh. Puru, I'll come to you. You've worked in this ABC sector for long, almost 2 decades. And can you share an overview of the challenges in acceptance of stainless steel as a material of construction, and how you would like to solve that problem? So I'll leave it to you. You want to present some slides or speak? It's up to you.
Thank you, Deepak. My panelists already conveyed a good message, saying that the problems which they face and the industry which they are accepting. If we look to different part of it, the problem always will be there. It cannot be answered. I choose to show some of the slides, and in that I would like to bring the connectivity between both the suppliers and the users. Unless we don't work as one unit, things will not change to the betterment. I start from the place where we all eat. In the morning session, somebody said it's a roti kapda makan. So it starts from the roti, where it is getting manufactured or it is prepared. Our kitchens needs to be the more hygienic place. Stainless steel has no other alternative material to bring that hygienic in our kitchens. The food which is prepared at our kitchens, we as a country treat them as prasadam. That brings good health to us. Stainless steel adds value in bringing the hygienic to it. It's not working. When we move from the kitchen, the interiors or the place where we live, it should not be the same boring. We need, even the curtains are getting changed every now and then. So we need more bright colors or more vibrant themes to add. Stainless steel has this opportunity and people are using. All these images which you are going to see throughout is picked across the globe, and India is not left behind. We have a lot of good examples in that. Next slide. Elevators we have seen, and for any company, not only in India, even in the world, if they are in the business of elevator, they cannot ignore stainless steel. That has become the mandate or the essence, the stainless steel as a metal shown to the industry. It is nothing flashy kind of thing, but yes, we need more inviting. Like, the people have the phobias to use elevators. So it's getting more colorful, more brighter, more designer friendly to make them feel comfort and start loving it. Stainless steel has the edge over other material to bring that confidence in the people who use it. Next slide. When we come out of the building structures, of course the name sites and the branding which we see, we need always an elevated idea or elevated approach. How we look, how we dress, even we need to dress up the building or the facades kind of thing with the bright colors and inviting people into it, attract them. That's possible. It is getting done. These are all the Indian buildings. Next slide, please. Every building cannot be the same. We need to bring some of the iconics that is possible not only by the structural designers, the architects, but the metal which adds value to it. Stainless steel has it. Iconic building, just by the shape of it or the value of it, cannot be done. So how long it's lived. Whenever we talk about stainless steel, we still talk about the first structure, first building where stainless steel is used. So that is the sustainability which brings the material, adds on value to the structure, make it more iconic. When you talk about the stainless steel, people do think it's only shiny, but it is having high strength. It adds strength to the structure. These buildings, restaurant towers, who doesn't know that? The connection between two towers is made of stainless steel. That brings the impact. It joins both the buildings together. As a structural material, stainless steel has almost double the strength of normal carbon steel. We can reduce the total weight. When I explained this to the structural designers almost 2 decades back, they were surprised. How this is possible? This entire structure can be get reduced. Dead load can be get reduced by almost 30 to 40%. That is an advantage which one can get. That is possible with high strength stainless steel material. I'm not talking about in detail about it. I'm just giving the glimpses so that we all can can start thinking about it and then connect to the structures. And the image is what I'm showing you. Next slide, please. Lifestyle, or the artifacts, monuments, you can call anything. Stainless steel adds value because of its corrosion resistance and the shinier what we call about, but yes, it's designers friendly material. The way we use, the way we think, it can bring the idea into the reality. Only the missing link is the good fabricator, one who can give a shape to the material. But as I am happy by the skills which is getting added in the morning session, it's very clear. I am very much confident in that. Going forward, we will be having a lot of good fabricators who can give shape to the designer's ideas. Next slide, please. As I said, the bridge and structures. In 2017, after 4 years of difficulty, we could find the standard which is for reinforcing bars. We are talking about stainless is costlier. When you see and pay for it, you may feel proud. But in reinforcement bars, you don't see it. And that's a difficult task to bring in common understanding that why one should use stainless steel reinforcement bar which cannot be seen, but it is there in the building. But today, I am really proud. In the coming slides, you will see that what the achievement India has done as a leader in using stainless steel reinforcement bar for the world. We are well ahead of any other country in the world in using stainless steel rebar in the last 5 years. Next slide, please. When we talk about all these examples, it's important to understand, because I keep hearing with the experts or with the experienced people a wrong notion. Stainless steel is, as the word says, it is stainless. We all know about it. But when we say it doesn't get corroded, that's a wrong concept. It gets. It is not stain free. We should understand that. Or at the same time, when we are communicating with anybody, a junk रोधक है, इसमें junk नहीं पकड़ेगा, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. It's an alloy. It has to get corroded. It will corrode. So it's our duty as a supplier, as a user and a converter to take care of the material. When a child born, if you don't feed, it will die. Same way, when we fabricate or when we design stainless steel, if you don't maintain it properly, it will die. It will go to corrode. It will go back to the Mother Earth, because we have forced that, putting 2-3 alloys into it and then made it an alloy, which acts as per the character which they are in it. So the maintenance is quite important. And one more myth which we frequently listen is any material, or in stainless steel, if it is getting magnet attracted, it is inferior. Sorry. Magnet has nothing to do with corrosion resistance. Please underline this. Next slide, please. I don't want to be more technical on it, because I understand the audience is not that focused into the research kind of thing, but for the general purpose or the general understanding, when we do talk about stainless steel, we do talk about nickel a lot. Nickel doesn't add corrosion resistance in the normal generic use. Chromium element, which is having the best character of bringing stainless to it, which means chromium is the element which brings or makes steel into stainless steel. Everybody knows who is there in the industry. But the minimum 10.5%, there is a clause fixed to it, makes steel into stainless steel. But then what? We do compromise more on the, okay, nickel, how much percentage nickel, or what is the strength of it, all this we do talk about. But the very purpose of anybody using stainless steel is for the corrosion resistance. Chromium brings it. Let's understand that. Next time when we talk about, we focus more onto the corrosion resistance or the chromium percentage in a material, then choose it wisely. Nickel adds the astenite, which meaning it brings a non-magnetic character to the material, which is required for something like electronic goods, where you need a non-magnetic, the radar should not get control. there are certain applications, the lambda rays gets disturbed. So there are some certain applications where you need a non-magnetic character. Alternative stainless steel provides that. But not necessary for every application you need non-magnetic character. Of course, we have molybdenum, nitrogen to add the corrosion resistance to it. But the beautiful material called manganese is the substitute to nickel. When we add manganese, we can compromise on nickel content in it because it brings the same austenitic character. The 200 series which we use in all our utensils and the household applications is nothing but chrome manganese material. But when we use manganese as an element to bring the non-magnetic character, we also need to ensure it is treated properly. Otherwise, it has a character of holding the stress into it for quite long period. The tiffin box, the tumbler, whatever you buy as a fresh piece gets cracked very soon. We all seen that. But as an industry, have we recognized why it is? The manganese is the element which makes it, because it holds the stress, and when it started getting used, it started taking its own shape, then the crack happens. So as a fabricator, the utensil manufacturers, I request humbly to address this issue by proper annealing or intermediate annealing to it. Or if we have to remove the stress, we have to remove the stress. That's it. Next slide, please. There are many other elements. I don't want to talk in detail as it's not a technical solution. Okay, so I have listed this, I don't know if the slides are shared to you, but for the sake of understanding of the information, I have listed it. There are 5 different varieties of stainless steel. For the non-stainless steel, people, it's information. All stainless steel doesn't behave the same way. Something has thank you. So something has non-magnetic character, something has high strength, some has, all grades cannot be heat treated. Only the martensites can be get heat treated. We can bring the core and the surface at different strength. And we do have the duplex family, very high strength material, very high corrosion resistance material, where we can make the structures, buildings, everything very sleeker, even 50% at some sizes. And the pH grades is also one of it, but it doesn't get used in the architect application. Next slide, please. Beautiful. This slide I love a lot these days. When we talk about corrosion, we talk only the pit marks or the staying kind of thing. But there are usually, I have listed the 8 type of corrosion. All this is possible, happens in daily life of stainless steel when it is used in different applications. I don't say all this applicable in the architectural application. In the architectural building construction, at least 4 to 5 variety of corrosion happens. But it happens if we don't take care. As I said, the magnetic or the less nickel material is corrosion resistance having less. It's a myth. We need to remove that. But one point I would like to bring here, the CII committee has done the testing in 2019 and clearly brought a document. The cost of corrosion, which means what kind of repair we do to the structure, how much material it is getting scrapped. It is 4% of a GDP. It's quite high price which we pay. 40% of this can be reduced at the design stage by choosing the right material. And how do we choose? Next slide, please. Next slide. Look at this corrosion map of India. You Google it, you'll get it. I have not done any research over it. It's everywhere. The map clearly shows the corrosion is more into the coastal area. So we need to be very careful in choosing the right material in those applications. A grade which we use in Bangalore or in Delhi cannot be used in the coastal area. That too when it is exposed. The grade when we use in our kitchen cannot be used for our balcony. The exposure condition. The pitting corrosion in the previous slide which I showed is completely dependent on how exposed the surface is. So we need to be very careful in choosing the material for every application of it. That's more important. And the panelist, we or anybody you can say that they can only a guide. They can give you the guide how a material to be chosen, a selector. But yes, people are there to guide you for choosing the right material for the right application. Next slide, please. When we talk about the material selection, one is the material has its own strength, but the surface finish makes it better. I am concluding here saying that stainless steel is hygiene, we all know about. When it is hygiene, what is the benefit we are going to get? It becomes easy maintenance. Just wipe it with a wet cloth, it gets clean. No need scraping, doing, re-polishing kind of thing. It's ductile, which means all stainless steel has very good fabrication welding character. You can adopt any type of welding to the material. It will stay. Only thing is, it's a bit different to do with every grade. You cannot copycat same method of doing the process for all grade of the stainless steel. It has high strength, but not all the grades. There are few as duplex and the high, temperature resistance grades kind of thing. So there we have to be very careful in choosing the material, and then it can be sleeker and lighter. Temperature, when I talk about, there are certain grades which will not work below -50 degree and above 250 degree. The table which I have showed here, when we get it, you will know there is a temperature zone. So we need to be very careful there as well. But the complete range is possible. -165 to even 1100 degrees centigrade. So wide range of product basket is available, different material, different grade, different shades, different colors. So that's what I invite the structural engineers and the architects, of course the user, to choose the right material, right color, right shape to add value to your products. It is 100% recyclable, we all know about it, but then how every product has its end of life. For example, now the Indian government is pushing for all vehicles to have end of life of 15, some non-commercial vehicles maybe 20 years. So after the end, what happens to it? It goes to the scrap. Today's world average of stainless steel production is 66% of scrap usage. In India, only Jindal has that facility, but now Salem is going to add the scrap melting facility. Once that comes, definitely the market competitiveness gets better, and then we all will be in a good position to buy the right material at the right cost as well. The cost effectiveness, I don't say whether it is a life cycle cost or it is an initial cost kind of thing. But if we are ready to accept, yes, I want a material to live with me for my generation to come, you will choose the material. The benefits are quite a lot. It is hidden. Only when you experience, you will face it. The spoon which you started using right from your childhood, you are still using it. Not any clothes, not any chairs, not any belt. With that, I just conclude last for sure. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Guru.
As I said, the opportunity is limitless. Let us innovate to have the delightness of the experience.
Thank you, Guru. I'm sorry, we are short of time, so probably we can take one or two questions very quick. If anyone has a question, please introduce yourself and ask the question to the panelists. Yes, please.
We'll just take two questions right now.
Only you, and be crisp to the question, to whom it has been addressed.
I'm Rao from NBMNCW and MGS Architecture magazine. So yesterday there was a conference where it was discussed that India is dependent on imports for nickel while producing stainless steel. So today Mr. Shetty said that manganese can replace nickel. Can nickel be completely replaced?
Your question is to Purushothama.
No, it cannot be, because as I said, the manganese when we add, it brings its toughness to its material. We don't need that tougher material in every application. So there are certain products where we can add manganese, but we cannot remove nickel 100% in the non-magnetic character. There are ferritic grades, there are martensitic grades where you can do away with nickel 100%.
But it also depends
So,
on the application.
application, that's what. So application to application it varies, but yes, on the corrosion resistance when it comes, for example, in the elevators, as Mr. Rakesh said, 304 has been replaced by 441 grade, which has no nickel into it. But the corrosion resistance, appearance, everything is exactly the same. So it depends on the application we can do that.
Anyone else? Well,
We're open for one more question. Anybody else? Anyone? Any question, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah? I think we'll conclude this session right now. Thank you, Mr. Deepak, for moderating this session so well.